Welcome to Clarity Currents, the secret podcast with me, Danielle Laura, where I share weekly channeled messages about the energetics of the week and the areas of opportunity so you know how to work with the energy rather than in resistance to it and know how to leverage it for your highest level good in your business, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality, and legacy. This is Clarity Currents episode for the week of October 21st through the 28th, 2024. Let's dive in. When I tune into the overall energetics of the week, I see the energy of alchemy. After the energetic depth and rebirth cycle of transformation that was really present with us last week, this week may be that feeling of the subtle but powerful internal pressure to take big actions and momentum forward on what we're creating in this quote-unquote new life that we're building. Be cognizant to not allow the pressure to feel overwhelming, but rather motivating and exciting. Work with the natural flow of energy building up inside of you and take one action at a time. Business for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of business this week, I see a vision of this gorgeous peacock spreading its feathers and being admired by the crowd around it. If you are a business owner, this is a metaphor to shine. Let your gifting be seen, felt, and celebrated. It's time to pull upon your inner passion and take actions from that depth this week. Let it fuel every decision you make and how you approach your systems, structures, and offerings from this upgraded version of you as the head of your company. It's no longer the time to sit back and be humble. It's the week to implement the new offer, talk about the new upgrades you've made to your services, literally be in the energy of your highest self and take actions from that place. Now, this is not to be confused with being in your ego, but rather the purest essence of your spirit, deciding to shine and be the bold embodiment of all that you stand for. Relationships for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of relationships this week, I see a lot of potent emotions surfacing around how you want the relationships in your life to aid to your expansion. We're in a time now where we are realizing more powerful than ever that the people in our lives directly affect the decisions we make. So who do we want affecting us? Is there anything or anyone who is actually draining our innate energy and that we have an underlying fear around pleasing? This is going to come to the forefront for us to address this week. Conversely, we'll also be thinking about what types of people we do want to be surrounded by who are going to support us, encourage us, and uplift us to continue to be the highest versions of ourselves. There may be some harsh realizations that come through around this in our awareness, but it's ultimately for our greatest good. We get to release what and who is undeniably holding us back. Health for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of health this week, I see a spotlight on our emotional health. With all of the transformation energy that's here and building this new life, emotions may surface that could present almost as grief or mourning. Just know that that's simply the upgraded version of yourself releasing the remnants of past versions of you that were in your comfort zone for so long. The quicker you can release and realize that it is what it is, the more smoothly you can move through the emotions that are coming up. Honor the emotions, but don't label them as good or bad. They just are, and it just is. There's a fine line between honoring the emotions and allowing them to overtake you. I also see that it's a relational week in terms of health and wellness. So as you're processing big emotions, lean into your support system, whether that's a family member, friend, mentor, practitioner, etc. Because any stagnant emotion you don't let yourself feel will show up in your physical body as an ailment or a pain. Prioritize your emotional well-being this week and leverage your tools and support system for nervous system regulation, clarity, and making peace with the past. Wealth for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of wealth this week, I see the word delineation. It's a week to be practical when it comes to your finances and abundance. So literally look at your expenses, your income, and where you want to be versus where you are now. What can you cut out? What can you bring in? It's the week to look at this objectively and re-examine your wealth generation from this new upgraded lens of your reality. I see putting everything on paper, looking at it in front of you so that it becomes real in your mind. And what you need to do is going to be so obvious that it jumps off the page at you. Then take aligned action accordingly from that place. I also see the word consultation. It's a great week to seek insight and wisdom from professionals. So if you have any confusion or are seeking the path of least resistance in your financial matters, let them help you to see what you may be missing. Spirituality for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of spirituality this week, I see that it's a week of deep emotions that we're still processing a lot that came up from last week in terms of the new direction we want to take in life, or the upgraded direction, and the commitment that is required from ourselves to make it happen. It's a week where you want to prioritize processing your emotions. That might be writing for you, that might be spending time in nature, talking things out with a trusted advisor or friend, meditation or prayer for clarity, etc. Whatever helps you feel centered, clear, and attuned to your intuition this week, do that so that the emotions can flow freely and so that you can see the spiritual invitations present for you through it all. There's a big spiritual initiation waiting for you to accept. And legacy for the week of October 21st. When I tune into the energetics of legacy this week, I see a vision of a waterfall and the word downstream. Downstream here means easeful, the path of least resistance, going with the flow of energy. That's how we want to approach our legacy leaving mission this week. How can it feel easeful, like it's a reflection of the deepest part of us? It's the week to uncomplicate anything that we've made more complicated than it needs to be, and come back to the energy of simplicity so that our legacy feels like it's a natural byproduct of who we are rather than some big goal we have to achieve. There you have it, Hot Soul, your intuitive forecast for the week. Wishing you a week of magic and miracles. Until next week.